Yo, 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 welcome to the Unbanded Collective podcast, coming to you live from Papa Juan's, located at 886 Girard Ave in the Bronx, a few feet away from the legendary Yankee Stadium. First and foremost, I want to say happy Father's Day to everybody, and happy Juneteenth. We are smoking a Junko today. And I'm going to pass this to Will. Give us a little breakdown of the Junkos.
Oh, it's real quick. First and foremost, it is rolled by the legendary Chico Rivas. But in regards to the profile, they keep that under wraps. So you're going to have to smoke one on your own. But it is a Dominican blend. And the cigars that we have today are both mild. One is mild to medium, and then the other is medium to full.
All right. And we also got a tequila that we're going to be dealing with today. I'm going to shoot that over there to Core. Give us a...
First off, what's up, fellas? Y'all good?
We're good. What up,
everybody out?
I'm all right.
We got to get this energy up, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had to bring Baseball Bill on the panel for that.
Yes, sir.
But yo, we got White out again. One of our partners. I love these guys. Again, these are the guys from Penn State football. So Christian Hackenberg, Michael Motti, my man Gerald Hodges. They have this tequila. It's amazing. It's a Blanco. Kind of like I talked about in the last episode, fellas. You have your most popular tequila blends. Blanco, Añejo, Reposado. The only difference with your standard Blanco is the Blanco is not aged, so it's not barrel aged at all. So basically you're getting the straight agave plant that's aged, and you're going to get that nice crisp taste pause from your tequila. So let's pop this.
Yeah, get a little taste of that.
We got to get the energy up.
The energy is up. What I want to say is, we had that last time, and I enjoyed it. It may seem like we're rushing it, but I am happy because we got a good, exciting show coming up.
Facts.
So I was trying to rush through. Let's get these sponsors out the way so we get to what we want to get to. So,
and we started at a different time today.
And on a different day.
To the world, a different day. So this is an adjustment for us. But I kind of like the vibes.
I love it. I love it. And we got, like I said, we got some good conversations to have.
Glass.
No glass right there. He said you're not drinking tequila today.
Who, Ben?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm getting a glass.
All right, this is like Ben's attitude already.
Leave it on my side. I'll pour some in a minute.
Cheers.
Yo,
Happy Father's
Day.
Happy Father's Day,
Happy
fellas.
Father's Day, Ben. Happy Father's Day, Lenny.
Yes, sir.
Lenny,
Happy Father's
Will.
Day. Word.
Cole, you got a bunch of sons out here.
It's all my sons right here. Happy
This is
Father's Day.
great. This is great. I'm gonna salute you, but that was great.
Proud of you guys.
We made it.
We made it. Who do you think? The only people that I know that made it. So I was online, and I don't know, it was like game 1 or game 2. It was this guy, and he said, "My mayor's Muslim, my bagel's Jewish, but I'm gonna throw my spin on it. I like my chicken fried Knicks and 5."
Hey,
So I want to give a congratulations to the New York Knicks 2026 NBA
champions,
World
baby.
Champions
Yes,
of the
sir.
world. Shout out to Brunson.
53 years.
53 years.
53 years.
I don't want to,
That's older than all of us over here, just in case if anybody's wondering.
I don't want to
All
date
of us.
anybody. But yeah, that was an amazing series.
For sure.
A lot of close games. The Knicks prevailed. They showed the resilience.
Oh, didn't I say that before?
What?
The Brazilian part?
Yeah, you said it before, but you know,
said I was wild.
every garbage stand gets a steak, and every
That's
clock is
crazy.
right twice a day.
Now I'm a garbage. So I'm a son
And
and
the
a
sun-
garbage can in one episode.
And the sun shines on a pig ass once a day.
That's
All
a
right.
fact, man. But so the parade is finally over. Well, just the parade, but the celebration is going on all the way to the ring ceremony. But the parade is over. I was watching it online.
Did you
And
see
look-
him on TV?
I
Because
don't
he
know.
was out. He was
Well,
he was in the mix.
I hope the motherfuckers don't win for another 53 years.
You got all of it?
Because these last motherfucking 6 days been crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
good, but crazy.
But crazy.
But
no
crazy.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Like,
I was watching. I
damn.
had to go to work, so I was watching it online.
Oh, okay.
So I ain't really.
What time did you wake up?
Because
Because you hit me. I was on the train on the way, but you was already.
I was already out there. I left straight from Starlets and went straight there. Straight there. We went straight there.
Where were you set up? Where were you set up? Like, as far as like where you standing?
By Nassau and Ann Street entrance.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot of pandemonium. I mean, before y'all really get into, the celebratory parts, just from the clips that I've seen and, different things that popped up on the news, as expected, it was a lot of pandemonium out there.
It was crazy, man.
Of course.
It was
It
crazy.
said it was 2 million people in the bullpen that they created, but there was like an extra 3 on the outskirts. But we got 2 people that were there actually.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You guys could give your perspective of how it was in the pandemonium, in the celebration, and feeling that energy from New York.
I woke up, first off, the way that I think, I have like this weird view of what life is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So the day before, I'm talking to the homies. I'm like, yeah, I'll just wake up. I'll head down there around 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
Shouldn't be a problem. It was like, what?
10, 11
What do you think you're doing? I'm like, what? What's the problem?
When you got
We got to be down there by 5, 6 o'clock. I'm like, oh,
you got
shit.
people that was out there the day before.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Camped out the night before.
So
the night before.
I wake up, was supposed to be up at 5. I didn't get up till 6. Get on the train. I get out of the train. We got down to Fulton Street.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, we walk out of the train station.
It's a million people
I've
outside.
never seen anything like that in my life.
You see a blue and orange?
Dog, I don't even understand how we did that. Like, I'm talking, you're within the close confines with everybody. People on the scaffolds, on top of buildings. The streets was
Canopies,
non-existent.
light
Like, it
posts.
was everything.
Standing room only?
Dog, long story short, by the time I got out of the crowd, which took me almost 2 hours, they had already barricaded off Broadway, all the entry points.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get over there to see the actual parade itself. But for me personally, I didn't really care so much about that. For me, it was just more about the vibe. It was about the energy. It was about being around New Yorkers, the celebratory nature that we had just with everybody being down there and commemorating. That's all I cared about.
The history.
And yeah, we got to see a dope band. So that was fly. You know what I mean? But it was just amazing to see the energy down there.
Go ahead, because you got 1,000 stories.
I don't.
So let's get to it.
I don't. I mean, like you said, it was just dope for New York, man. It was dope for New York City, man. It was a couple of incidents that they showed that happened out there, but to have that many people in New York City and it was not a killing, or nothing like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's what, like, I was proud of our city for that, because any other time it would be some bullshit some kind of way.
Right.
You know what
to
I
ruin
mean?
it.
So, I salute the town for that, because we all came together to celebrate those guys that left it all out there on the floor for us to be able to celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Well, one thing I said, I watched it at work. And I'm gonna give y'all what happened to me on the way to work. So I get to work around like 9 o'clock. I leave my crib like 8. It take me like 30 to 45 minutes to get to work. I get on the train, the Iron Horse, fastest way to the city in New York. First train I get on, stop on 86th Street. It's packed in there because people are still going down to the parade or to the area.
What time is this at this point?
So around this is like 8:10.
All right.
So I'm on the train. We stop on 86th Street. Out of nowhere, lady on the intercom, you hear her arguing with somebody. Yeah, ain't no stops are not stopping on Fulton Street. It's not stopping on this street. Whoever it was, I don't know if they was drunk or, just excited Knicks fans. Or we hear over intercom, this train is out of order. This train is out. Everybody get off the train.
God damn.
So now we on, everybody got to get off. Now the train is out of order. So now we on the platform. Crazy. So, all right, cool. I mean, it's New York. We've dealt with it. Next train come packed. Can't get on it. Next train come after that is like, all right, maybe like half the crowd could get on. We get on it. Boom. Next stop, 59th Street. Happens again. You hear somebody arguing with, they must have been the same people from the last train. Again, this train is out of order. Get off the train again. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
So the moral of the story is you was fucking late for work.
Right.
Nah,
right.
but the moral of the story is these motherfucking Knicks fans don't care about the working man.
No.
That's the moral of the story. They
Yo,
only
that-
care
yo,
about
that
their
ass-
championship.
That as we in the crowd, then you had about 5 or 6 different people. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get to work.
I'm sorry
Somebody was
for
like,
you.
"Fuck your job."
Yeah, I'm sorry for
That's the New York shit right there. I seen online. It was like a kid going to do his like take his regents or some shit.
Yeah, he got arrested.
He
right?
got arrested.
Yeah,
That shit, it was crazy out there. But
And one thing I want to say, and Lenny was kind of alluding to this, is they reported what 2 million,
yeah,
probably was more,
for sure.
out of as many people as you had in that one area, and to have the little incidents that we had.
Yeah.
I don't want people to like have that overshadow the fact that it was an amazing day.
Amazing.
That's a fact.
Very,
Amazing.
very calm. It was very, like you said, very, very little. The percentage of shit that happened
Yeah.
compared to the amount of people
People
in
that
that
was
area,
there, yeah.
it had to be like little to nothing. So for people that's not from or live in New York City, the shit that you hear is bullshit. I know sometimes they cut up videos because our fans are crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but they're literally cutting up videos of the worst shit.
That's a
For
fact.
sure.
The majority of it is not that.
For
I
sure.
just want to make sure people
Let
know
me
that.
let me say this
What?
before we move on. And I see your hand up, Ben. I'm sorry. The only other time in New York that I've experienced something similar to that was about 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more. And I had a cousin come from out of town, and she wanted to go see the ball drop in New Year's. So it's the same type of setup,
Yeah.
where the blocks
Yeah.
is cut off,
Yeah.
and there's so many people. But even in that instance, to what you guys were just speaking to, there were no real incidents.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
nothing
if you
crazy.
are a person that is not from New York, to Core's point, whether it's a championship, which you might not see again in this lifetime, I'm just gonna put that out there.
This guy.
But New Year's or something to that nature, the ball, the lighting of the tree, those are things in New York, not only as a New Yorker, but someone that is visiting, that you should at least experience once,
Mhm.
because you'll never see it anywhere else in any other city.
Facts.
And that's what I wanted to link to that.
No, I just want to lead into. I think I was speaking to shout out to Big Daddy T, but I think yesterday was, the day of the parade was the most call outs
Oh yeah.
around the
Oh,
United States.
yeah. They said it was
Like,
more.
called
This was
out
the
just
most
to go-
PTO.
Just
It called out of work.
Work.
Oh,
Yeah.
Asked for time off, asked for the day off. So even if they weren't at the parade, they must have been streaming. They must have had watch parties somewhere. So
I had to call out myself.
So as a fellow supervisor, do you think that it was worth the write-up?
Well, apparently we have the option to not pay because Juneteenth is
Okay.
the day after.
Right.
So
okay.
if you didn't have justifiable cause, you weren't getting paid for that day.
Listen, to some, it was worth it. That was,
No,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion,
As long as they didn't lose their job, they
Right.
didn't care.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it.
that was historic. And while we were down there, some people interviewed us, and the first thing I said to them, because they asked us like why we were down there, I said I don't care. I had to be here because this is history,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted 30, 40, 50 years from now to be able to say I was down there. I was there, and that's what it was. Something else that I read, we were talking about the pre-production, just the playoff run up into the finals. New York City gained over almost $380 million worth of economic growth within the city.
It's amazing.
Think about that.
Just on that run.
So people got richer, the city got richer, people's wealth went up, all because of just this
This
Knicks
playoff
championship.
run. Yeah.
Think about that.
That's fire.
Doesn't even act great for all the people that were street vendors.
Right, that
part.
And T-shirts,
Unreported stuff.
and hats.
Right.
And they got Knicks socks. They got all kinds of things coming out now. Man.
Any of y'all got any like? I seen people throwing beads, and they had the Knicks chain, the rope chain.
You had a shirt on?
Did
I get any of that stuff?
I did have a final shirt on and a hat, but it's so crazy because when I was leaving, and I got on the train, it was a dope experience. Now, mind you, I'm fried. You hear me?
I'm
I'm
fried.
fried.
Night
I get
before
on the
Friday.
train to leave, and a parent was like, yo, I was telling my son, his son was probably maybe like my twins' age, 8, 9 years old. He was like, I be telling my son your story. So the kid was like, can my son take a picture with you? I'm like, absolutely, you know what I mean? And the kid was like, that hat is hard. I said, here, it's yours.
Wow. That's that New York spirit right there.
And
shout out to that.
I just bought that hat fucking the day before, but it was just the simple fact that the kid was like, yo, I like that hat. You know what I mean? And I was
you got sons?
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't get
No, I just want to be clear.
I definitely didn't
it sound like you need to come up off that hat.
I just got a good heart.
Okay.
There you go.
It sound like you need to come up off that hat.
And you made...
And I can get it again.
All right, cool.
There you go.
And that kid, he
made his day, made his year.
And that's what we about as
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like we don't know how we can make somebody else's day. You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter how fried I was or what I had going on or what I was doing, that kid, he probably went home like, I'm never putting his hat on my head again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got this from Lenny Cook.
Yeah.
And,
that's amazing.
And that was dope to me. You know what I mean? I didn't sign it. I didn't have no marker or nothing like that. But young fella, man, just continue to be great, man. You might be the kid that wins the next championship for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
in the next 10 years.
And but yeah, that was a dope moment. That was a dope moment for me from being out there.
Yeah,
that's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. Like I said, I was watching it. I was watching online, and I was able to see basically the whole parade. The shit was fire. You had early on. You had Towns walking around with the Eastern Conference trophy.
Yeah.
That was fire. He was walking around dapping it up.
Why did he have on a leather coat? It was 90 degrees.
Because that shit was fire.
I actually saw a wool bomber with the finals joint the other day.
That coat is $20,000.
I understand.
Right now.
I understand.
I don't give a fuck if it was 110 degrees outside.
Do you think that's what he was doing? You think it was
promotion?
Brandon?
It was promotion. You know what I mean?
He always had on a jacket.
It's a Kif.
Yeah.
Unlimited. Not Kif. What's my boy that does
the guy that be wearing the glasses, the white dude?
Yeah, that does all of the jackets for like, he did the Kobe jacket when Kobe took the
one
picture.
that did my Tyson Rhinestone jacket. I can't think of his name right now. I know you're talking about.
Well, shout out to him.
That was that jacket. So it was like, remember Kobe took the picture with the trophy?
Yeah.
And he did the 75, the 75 anniversary.
So
that guy.
That jacket, it was, like you said, Brandon. To me, that's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Because he wore it every fucking day, every cent.
No, you're
right. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be part of that.
But that was the talk of the conversation. Like that jacket is super fire. Like I forgot it was warm outside because that jacket was so cool.
Yeah. He wore that shit everywhere on the Jamie Fallon show. He wore it. You know what I mean? So it got to be promotion or whatever for him. You know what I
didn't even think of that. Yeah.
So he was moving around early.
Yeah.
Then you seen Hart go through. You seen Alvarado. You know.
Shout out to my boy Alvarado.
Shout out to Alvarado.
Shout out to my boy Alvarado.
Alvarado been outside.
Last night was day 6. He said, I'm going to be drunk for 8 days straight when we win the championship. Last night was day 6.
So
we was at Starlet's last night. And when I say my little bro was so fucked up,
fried?
He was fried.
He was fried.
That's my dog, man. And yo,
Jordan Clarkson
you got 2 more days. Huh?
Was Jordan Clarkson?
Not last night. He was with us the night before.
Oh, okay.
Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, Alvarado. We was all at Marquee. Fat Joe performed.
Okay, that's what I saw.
We was all at Marquee. Rick Brunson was there. Spreewell. All the old Knicks was there. You know what I mean? Like that shit. It just
that's his story.
It's just been crazy these last couple of days, bro. And we not finished.
Yeah, not all. We're not finished.
We not finished.
Smoking a cigar down the parade.
It was that's another thing. I wanted to bring
the
up.
guys were smoking cigars.
I was gonna get there. So after I watched that, then you start seeing the floats come through. Now the floats is coming through. You know, you got the school bands and all that. That was fly. All that joint was fly. Then you just start seeing the floats come through. The sticks was out there. Cigars was a prominent thing on every float. Either one of the players was smoking it, Towns wasn't, but he had one saying, you know, when you win, you get a cigar.
Yeah.
But you're seeing a lot of these players smoking cigars. Do y'all think these guys smoke cigars? I won't say regularly, occasionally, or was it just for a celebration? Just because they won the the championship.
Me personally, I think they just do it because of the win.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
celebratory.
saying? They don't.
That's
they
a
don't-
tradition.
Them niggas smoke
Yeah,
weed,
I'm
bruh.
like, just a question.
They smoke weed.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they were
But
smoking that shit. They wasn't just like pussyfooting around with it. They was actually smoking a cigar.
It's a celebratory thing. I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean?
My answer
they
is
come with your
absolutely
boy.
not.
They come with your boy though, because he probably one of the ones that constantly do it.
Mhm,
Got it.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Mike.
Mike, I
He's
got
gonna
it.
have a cigar on the golf course. He's gonna have a cigar with it. You know what I mean? But
With age comes more maturity and understanding cigars too. So these guys are young, which a lot of people seem to forget.
yeah,
So I know for me, when I was done out of college, finished, and I became an actual adult with responsibilities, regular human being, I started to mature into cigars. I think a lot of these guys, they don't know, and I know Will is going to say what he's going to say, but a lot of these guys yet don't know just the aura of what a cigar is.
Mhm.
Lenny is just now getting there, you know what I'm saying? And he's in his young 40s, you know what I mean? So I would just say give them some grace. And
no,
that,
for sure.
Your cigar aficionados or your cigar heads like Will and even us to some
snobs.
degree, we look at it and we take maybe some kind of disrespect to it. But I would say give them some grace, because they're understanding that it's celebratory at this point. But there's going to be a transition for a lot of them where they're going to get old, even like LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like now,
yeah.
like you could tell they really smoke cigars now.
Yeah.
Carmelo, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, Will, my fault.
No. I'm not gonna say nothing. You said enough, and it was
Because I could tell
positive.
you was getting ready to fry them.
Yeah. But we on a positive note today. So yes, with age, usually it comes some level of wisdom.
It's so crazy though. Don't mean to cut you off because I ain't have a vape the other day, right? So I'm on the block chilling. I'm like, damn, I left my vape in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even go get the vape. I went and got me a cigar.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
There you go.
I'm gonna drink to that.
I was on the block and I was smoking my
Shout out
cigar,
to
just
that.
chilling. You
Shout
know?
out to that.
I'm gonna drink to that.
Yeah. Shout out to that. That's
What's
growth.
good, man? What's good? What's good?
So
What up, Valley Bell? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're recording.
Hi, guys.
So after, like I said, so I seen it was heavy cigars.
Mhm.
So now the parade part is done, and now they at City Hall, and they're doing, the ceremony, getting what was it, the
Key to the city.
the keys to the city.
Yeah.
So you had a couple people go up there, make speeches or whatever. I don't really want to get into that because there's a lot of political stuff.
Well, let me just say, my
it comes to
biggest
that.
takeaway on a positive note was I like the fact that Mondomely probably named almost every Knicks player over the last 20 years.
Over the
And he
last
said they
20
all had something to do with what
the
happened.
Knicks
That was
tape,
fire.
The Knicks tape era.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Well,
So
with
that
that
I like
speech,
that.
Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Let
sure.
me ask you a question since we here. And it's something that I've seen happening, and we all know the story and what I'm about to say, but Oakley showed up to game 5, right? In San Antonio when they captured the title. But he hasn't been to the Garden since that incident.
Yeah.
My question to y'all, again, just because we're here, do you think that he would now be allowed, or there would be some conversation for him to
Be back
walk
in the Garden.
into the Garden
I mean,
again
I believe he
with his
should have.
fellow comrades?
He should have been invited to that. You know what I mean?
I
You
agree.
accepting all of the other Knicks. You know what I mean? No matter what his situation was, his background was, his mistake was, he's a diehard Knick. He's a Knick for life. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So there was no way that he shouldn't have been able to be part of that celebration.
So one other question.
It was unfortunate because we actually I don't know if y'all saw it. He went to Harlem Tavern.
Yes, he did.
And got a
The
standing
reception
ovation.
is crazy.
For sure.
That was nuts
For
when I
sure.
saw that.
And that's because
And he
of the
smokes in
simple-
New York
and it's-
from time to time.
And it's because of the simple fact that the way that the organization did
Shout
them,
out to you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's gonna get that love because the people knows what he stood for as a Knick.
Mhm.
You get
His
what I'm saying?
contributions, yeah.
And he did great shit on that basketball court when it come to New York City.
Fact.
You
Not
know
only
what
that,
I'm
I
saying?
think the spirit of this particular team,
Embodies
the
who he
grit
is.
embodies
Exactly.
That's a good point,
Oakley
man.
Mason type of
Yeah.
team.
So if he doesn't get the call from Dolan do you foresee another alumni and or the current roster speaking up for him in his behalf?
Somebody
and like,
have
yo,
to. Somebody
like,
have
we got to
to.
get him back into
Somebody have to.
the fold?
I don't know.
Somebody have to.
I don't know. There's a lot with that. Dolan is, I mean, Dolan's an asshole. I mean,
Dolan's
let's just be frank, right? I don't think he's a very likable guy.
And I'm sorry,
I think he gets tolerated.
Mm.
He's obviously the owner, so there's a level of respect that has to be had behind that. But I think generally speaking, he's an asshole. I think most players don't really deal with him. Even now with this whole White House thing, like,
But if you're
trying to force the team to go to the White House.
If you're a Trump supporter, you got to be an asshole.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess so. But so I think the Oakley thing is unfortunate, but I feel like with time it'll work itself out to a point where he's gonna get himself back ingratiated with the team.
Yeah, as a basketball fan, I would like to see that sooner than later.
Let me put it out there. Ring ceremony at the Garden. He shows up. That would be a great.
That'd be dope. Opening night game at home.
Ring ceremony.
And the rings.
The shit go up in the rafters. He should be there.
I got a question for y'all while we're talking about that. Sorry. Should Spike Lee get a ring?
Absolutely.
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 I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Me too.
One thing, so sticking with that, one thing that I seen kind of vaguely was the pre-speech that Dolan made to the team when they were going on a run.
Yeah, in the
He
playoffs.
told them, don't have sex for 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
And I think he said something like, I'll get your wife or your...
No, he told them that they're going to get a ring too.
They're going to get a ring too.
Oh, wow.
So that right there is fly. I don't rock with Dolan. That's, public records. That I don't rock with him.
Yeah.
He's a cornball to me.
Yeah.
But that was some fly shit. I don't think Oakley is ever going back in the Garden. Ever.
From his personal standpoint?
He's a petty dude. I don't really want to get to.
No,
but
I
he's
get what
petty
you're
as
saying.
fuck, bro.
Yeah, he has some shit to him too. Like, we can't lack accountability from him.
Yeah, but Dolan's petty. Let's pass forward to that. So they got the key to the city.
Absolutely.
That was a fire ceremony. One thing that I noticed, who got the loudest roar when he went up
Alvarado
to get the ring, and it wasn't Alvarado.
I thought it was Alvarado.
It was OG.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying it was fly that Brunson had 45 in the closing game. He had basically half the team points.
Yeah.
But people didn't forget what happened the night before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You know who I'm most happy
was
for?
a big deal.
You know who I'm most happy for this Knicks? And Jose Alvarado. Can you imagine?
So
Kid from Brooklyn, and you can speak to it more because that's your guy. Kid from Brooklyn. He was in with the
New
Pelicans. No diss to them.
Oh.
Probably the best case scenario for him was to get traded to the New York Knicks, his hometown team, and come here and win a chip. Please talk about
it's a dream come true, man. Like we was talking about it last night. Like it's a dream come true for him. You know what I mean? A kid from Brooklyn, didn't get drafted. Yo, so look, he told his own story, right? So he gets the call, like late second round. So he's like, yo, his agent calls and was like, yo, the Pelicans gonna take you on a two-way. Now he threw his own draft party and everything.
Yeah.
He
said he was gonna be number one.
He brought out a sign and everything. Said, I'm the number one pick. Hey, yo, you gotta love his energy. You know what I'm saying? And
I saw that.
But what impressed me even more though, this kid flew back from San Antonio and gets home at I think they got home like 7, 8 o'clock that morning. And he goes straight to Brooklyn to the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
him and
Clarkson. He took Clarkson with him. He's just
New York
He's
I
was gonna say the
enjoying
same
this
thing.
shit. Like
Sitting
he's
at the
enjoying
TS now.
Yeah. Fat Joe let them get it. You know what I mean? But he got it. Like that's got to be a dream come true because it was something that I always wanted to endure. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a New York nigga. And to play for your home team, let alone win a championship. You know what I'm saying?
And he was a contributor.
And I don't even think that shit even sunk in yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We're what, 5 days in, 6 days in?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even hit these guys yet. They're like, I'm really the
they're
fucking
still on a press
champion.
tour right now.
You know what I'm saying? And
you could tell from Brunson's
I'm
energy,
just
too,
super
every
proud.
time he
I'm super
speaks.
proud to be, you know what I mean, a witness of that after all this time. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers keep calling me out. Like, I'm arguing with motherfuckers yesterday at Gersh opening night. They're like, damn, Cook, when you become a Knick?
Oh, shit.
I'm like, nigga, I became a Knick when my peers started playing for him. You know what I mean? And it was just dope, man. Even last night at Gersh opening night, bro, it was so many people out there with their Knick shit on.
Cardi B was there, right?
Cardi B came out, you know what I mean? It was just a dope experience, man.
That's fire. That's fire. So they got the keys. What those keys? What doors do those keys open?
Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
On,
I'm telling you, shit like that.
no lines.
There's no way that these guys, especially Brunson,
Made
not
man.
paying for
pay
another.
for nothing the rest of his life in New York City. Ever.
Him, OG, Cat.
I think
All of them, but I'm just saying, Brunson per se, let alone, there's nowhere he can walk right now in New York City and it's not taken care of.
something that'll never be taken away from them is now they are solidified as New York City legends. They would have to be.
Made men.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're a New York City legend now because of the stamp that you put on this city and all the things that we just talked about that was positive and uplifting to the city. No matter what happens, we talk about Oakley being always being a Knick and being this Knick great that we're gonna always love and appreciate. It's gonna be the same thing for those guys.
Bro, the crime rate was down so much in New York City when the Knicks was playing.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
another good
There's a lot of good energy in New York.
And
it's still here. The energy is still great. Every time I walk around, I see somebody into the like an elder walking around. He may have a cane. I was sitting in the outside in the lounge, and there was a guy that walked by. He had a cane. He had an old Knick hat, and all I said was Knicks in 5. And he turned. He was like, "Man, I never thought I would see this."
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, I was home watching the game." He said he had some old slips that he used to go to the games with. He said he was just staring at them like the last time he went to a game probably was in like in the 90s. And he hasn't really been to one since, but he said he was home watching and he was just like, yo, I never thought this day would happen.
Yeah.
Never thought this day would come.
And we converted some fans too.
No, we did.
Of course.
There's a lot of people who became Knicks fans.
We did.
Seeing this team with this run.
And
we
I'm
got,
okay
we
with
got a
that.
couple of y'all that became Knicks fans. That's in the room right now.
At least for the day.
You know what I'm saying?
So for the day for sure. I told you I'm a 99%er. I'm rocking with the Knicks. I'm rocking with New York. I'm rocking with my friends that are Knicks fans.
Yes.
So I was happy to see y'all, you know what I mean? Because I'm a LeBron fan, so 2016 was big for me. But to see y'all have that energy and, you know, I was next to you, Cole. I seen all the energy that you showed. It was amazing.
A lot of emotion.
Nigga cried.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it was. It did.
Absolutely.
I think
1,000%.
what they said, 3 million people was at the parade. 1.5 cried.
I believe that.
They shed a tear.
I believe that.
Tears of joy.
I believe
Tears of
that.
joy. Because seeing Brunson, it's the closeout game. You're seeing Brunson score 45.
And the only person that ever
Game
did that
5.
is who? Your man? Y'all man?
The last time
You know his name?
Michael?
Oh, okay.
The last time the city came together like this was on unfortunate circumstances with 9/11. So for me, it was just more seeing the collective kind of desire for everybody just like coming together for something successful as the Knicks bringing us a championship. Like the city came together, man.
No, for sure.
And it was still here.
And
it's
was,
still here. It's still going on right now.
It was on the backs of how tall is Brunson?
5'9"?
No,
Stop.
He's listed at 6'2".
6'2". They
6'2".
got him listed at 6'2".
So on the
he's 6 feet.
shoulders, on the shoulders of a 6'2" point guard, second round
Second
round draft pick. He took a major pay cut to get things rocking. He took a huge gamble and it paid off.
Yep.
But let's talk about game 5.
Hold on. To capitalize on what you just said, the pay cut and all of that, to get his ex-teammates, he's going to get all of that shit back now when it comes to his signing for his max contract. So he didn't lose.
Well, you
know what I'm
never
saying?
make the money back.
Shouldn't me.
You don't make it back.
Shouldn't me. He got to get maxed out now.
No, I get it. But
because he's increased his value, so I understand the point he's making. But I also understand what he's saying because he could have also took the most money at the top and also took the money
and never.
at the bottom end.
But he would have never had that championship team,
right? Yeah, because you wouldn't have been able to construct this roster.
You wouldn't have been able to get capped.
No.
And you got to figure the bonuses because what I saw was like
770. Everybody gets 770,
which is crazy.
770. I'm blowing that shit.
If I'm not mistaken,
but for them, they're not blowing it. They're not gonna be spending no money. I don't think nobody on that Knicks.
Not in New York.
Brad.
I think Still had doubled his year salary with the bonus.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, though, bro.
It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Like, let me get back to it. Game 5, 45 points. The game was basically staggered on the Knicks end.
Yeah.
He had 45. The rest of the team had 49.
49.
Yep.
You know, you had Cat in foul trouble early, OG in foul trouble early, and he literally had to put that team on his back.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the grit, the skills of a 6-foot guard putting on a show like that. Anybody could speak on that.
The night we saw Rick Brunson at Marquee, Clue will not stop saying on the mic, pause, I can't thank you enough.
Mm.
And people thinking that he's talking about him coaching his son. He's thanking him for having his fucking son.
I respect that.
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this kid, like, I watched his growth. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was a fan all his career or whatever, but he's won
on every
state
level, right?
championship, high school,
2
national championship, college,
2,
and now he's a fucking NBA champion. Yeah. And that had to be all the shit, like you said, the grit, the people hating, saying a little guard can't do it. His father taught him and pushed him to be great on each level. Yeah. And he never, like,
wavered.
And he's so fucking humble. Like, he don't. The only time I ever seen him talk crazy is when he went to the panel after the game and he was like, yo, do I beat myself or should I talk my shit?
Yeah.
And everybody said, talk your shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you are now an NBA champion.
Talking about Rick Brunson, I heard a story where he took Jalen to a basketball court with like AC, and it was like a indoor facility.
Yeah.
And then he took him outside to the blacktop.
Yep.
And then he said he gets it now.
He
was grooming him. He's like, if you can make it on this blacktop, you can make it inside there.
Yeah.
So little things like that on raising him that way. And
those lessons,
for sure.
Yeah.
And then,
but you gotta think though, his father was a pro too. So it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
And to your point, Ben, when you look at just that alone, that's keeping him uncomfortable, right? And even somebody mentioned after the game during the panel, they asked Rick Brunson, him and Rick Brunson was on stage, and they asked Rick, who's the greatest Knick?
Yeah.
And he said, I still think it's Patrick Ewing, right?
Yeah.
And I heard people say, yo, that's messed up. I said, y'all don't get it. That's his way to keep his kid humble. He's got to keep him hungry. If he's already telling him he's the best, he can't tell him anything else. So he has to continue to keep him driven, keep him hungry. And to get back to game 5, that was basically a microcosm of what we saw throughout that whole series.
Yes.
Because we had to come back from every game. We had to be uncomfortable every game. And our grit, that New York grit, that from the AC into the blacktop, that had to come out. You know what I'm saying? We're down by 20.
That 4%.
9 to be exact.
That 4%.
That 4%.
That 4%.
That was, when you look at the entire series, that's what it was. We had to be uncomfortable every game to embody the culture that the Knicks embodied this season for us to win these games. And game 5, that's what that was.
Game 5 was amazing. It was a show of grit, but it was a skill. Like, he's a very skilled athlete.
Very underrated.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
knowing angles, knowing time of possession, all the things that a casual fan won't notice.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the series in all, we had different players show up.
At different times.
At different times. OG in game 4. That was he had a major game, but that tip was
the greatest second half ever we've seen in the finals for one point.
That tip was like where old boy for the Giants caught that shit on his helmet.
Yeah.
David Tyree.
That was similar to that. That play and that one hand catch from Odell, all of that shit is gonna be known forever.
Yeah. I agree.
What I'm saying?
That's a dope shirt, by the way, from New York. If you
And I think for that, just that
like
play
that,
we're speaking of.
wouldn't that be-
Copyright my shit. Because if a motherfucker make my shirt and that you just said, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Remember we said it here.
Right here. You heard it here on Unbanded first. So if I see y'all motherfuckers running around selling these shirts for $10, I need my cut.
But I think that OG, in my opinion, just from that game 4 that you were just elementing to, had a case to be the MVP.
Yes.
So prior to games 5 with the Brunson heroics, there was a toss up of who we thought or who the media thought would be MVP.
I thought OG deserved Finals MVP.
And see, for me,
until he did that 45 shit.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
The 45
you have to
Until
then,
then, like
the
if he
45
had
put
a
him over
regular
the top.
game 20
Yeah.
and something, OG should have got MVP. But that 45 stamped it.
Because
Yeah.
You
we
know
talk
what I'm
about
saying?
the tip, but we forget
No,
He did a
this
hell of a
is
lot.
not.
Oh,
Nah,
that
he
entire-
had
the
moments.
finals. I'm
No.
talking about he the
What I'm-
one that
He had moments.
No, what I'm saying is right before the tip, if he doesn't get that block,
Yep,
That's
that part.
yeah.
that's what. And then
And he was 5 for 5 from 3.
The 3-pointers.
Yeah.
He had
moments,
8
man.
for 8 from the field or from the free throw line or some shit.
He got busy. But
Yeah,
did y'all
I
see
think
him
he
the
deserved
next day
Fried.
on the show?
It was on,
That bitch was so high.
OG.
What?
Well, they asked him a question.
That nigga couldn't talk.
They asked him a question. He just stared.
But hey, man, when you
When you
do
a champ,
shit
you
like
do whatever
that,
you want.
Right.
You high off life now,
Yeah,
baby.
that
You
part.
know what I'm saying?
everything from now on doesn't matter because now everything will say champion.
Champion. You know what I mean? And,
Champ.
yo, that shit. I'm enjoying it.
I
I'm
think
enjoying
Ben
it.
made
Congrats to you
to
again.
talk about game 5. Ben made an amazing point on Unbanded Uncut. He posed the question. Everybody says Wemby was running out of gas. Was it Wemby running out of gas? Or was it the Knicks wearing him down?
They wore him down.
They wore him down. That's
Ben posed that question. Shout
They
out
wore
to you
him
for
down.
that.
They wore him down.
I think it's
They
a
wore him
mixture of
down.
both.
They put mad people on him that could bump him around, Paul. Like,
Yeah.
they wore him down.
We talk about Alvarado. That trip when Alvarado tripped him, that was more of a we're here.
Yeah.
We don't care how big you are. We're here.
Right.
So it meant a lot, and I think it changed a lot of the feeling to the players and even the fans. Like, okay, we might be able to do this.
Yeah, that was right after. That was the game after
Where he
Wemby
Push Brunson.
Brunson.
Yeah.
worst mistake.
That was
Worst
the worst
mistake you could ever do.
And to all y'all critics and analysts and all of that shit, Stephen A. And I'm definitely going to talk about you, Paul Pierce, because you was hating on
Bonafide.
us so much.
Bonafide hater.
You get what I'm saying? And you ain't even had the audacity to get on the
help
show
this man
on
out, please.
KG
say
certified
anything.
Nah, he good.
and say anything, man. Like I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan. I'm not. But I appreciate him going on that show, which is media, but apologizing and telling Jalen Brunson to his face, I did say a little guard like you can't do it. I didn't believe in you.
Yep. Because he
But
wanted Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
He made that very known.
Yes.
And they swept them, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Packed up.
Oh, shout out to my brother Old Cook. He was in the building last night at Gersh too. Cleveland Cavalier coach.
Oh, Omar Cook, by the way.
Yeah,
Omar Cook.
yeah.
Mike Brown. Let's talk about the coach. So we got through the players. We got through Brunson and his heroics. We got the team, everybody coming together. You got the OG putting up the great numbers. But then you got Mike Brown a coach that took over from Tom Thibodeau, who everybody, had a little issue with him, kind of like wearing his stars down, not really going deep into the bench. He did the total opposite. He said, I'm gonna give some of our young guys some playing time. I'm gonna give some of the reserves that probably usually wouldn't have got time under Tom Thibodeau to gain confidence throughout the year and the playoffs. How did y'all think that translated to the historic run? It was 13 games in a row until Trump went to the Garden, and then right after that, won the next two.
Yeah.
So let me say this. Because I was talking about this. I don't think Thibodeau got fired necessarily for his coaching style. We'll call it that, right? Or his coaching ideologies. I think it was his overall rigid personality started to become wearing for the organization in itself. And I kind of gathered that from a lot of what Dolan was saying. He was saying we were looking for somebody that's a little more open, a little more personality, somebody that's more team driven. Because as genius as Tibbs is, I think is known that he's kind of rigid. He doesn't really he's not personable. He don't really care to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like he's a team friendly or player friendly guy. So, the rotation thing, I think that was one thing. But I think it was more about just his overall personality that he projected onto the team.
I agree with you. And I feel like although Mike Brown has had an evolution in his coaching career, especially now being a champion coach, I think from my POV that a lot of what he did throughout this season for these guys was speaking to what you were just alluding to in respect to the team camaraderie and being personal. I don't think that I personally saw a lot of coaching from him. I think that came more so from his supporting cast as far as his assistant coaches. But he was what that team needed as far as the energy and keeping everybody together. And you know what I'm saying? I think that had more to do with it than the X's and O's from my vantage point.
So let me go ahead.
But Lenny says all the time, basketball's a game of runs.
Yes.
And the team, when you sit Brunson down and you can sit Cat down, and your second tier team can go for a run on their own, that keeps the game running. So you don't have to worry about.
You don't have to worry about it
when your starters come back in.
Yeah.
And that's part of what I see.
Yeah, very true.
No,
very
for sure. So let me ask y'all this though. Similar situation in Golden State. Coach come in, takes over the team.
From Mark to Steve.
That team was already built.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people will say, all right, well, Tibbs built this team, he got fired, and then Mike Brown walks in and win a championship? Golden State did the same thing.
Yeah, it can be a narrative.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that as a narrative. But again, to the point that I just made, I think his impact on the team, differing from Tibbs, was more on an energy
for sure.
basis and being a player coach.
For sure.
More so than an X and O guy. You get what I'm saying?
Because I believe that the players relate more to Mike Brown than they did with Tibbs.
And I would say the same thing potentially in the Golden State example from Mark to Steve, right? You had a team that was constructed around a bunch of shooters and smaller guards, right? More so than Mark being a facilitator. He knows the game, don't get me wrong. And he was a part of a lot of those drafts that came in, like the Clays and all of that other stuff. But again, I think what Steve attributed to the team at the time that he took over was completely different than what you got from Mark, despite whatever got Mark out of that.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That job.
This gives me a question for my brother Lenny. So you've played all over the place, all over the world, all over the country, many coaches.
Yeah.
You don't have to say any names unless you want to. But have you ever been in a position where you were with a team and you instantly knew, I can't fuck with this coach?
1,000%.
Give me the scenario. How did you know, like, I'm going to have an issue with this?
So when my first time playing in China, I knew it was going to be a problem because the coach, now mind you, my team was super dope. China, you get 2 imports, 2 Americans per team. But when the coach called me a nigga
What?
and the translator told me what he said. That was,
Seriously?
I knew from that moment,
That's wild.
I can't play for this guy.
Asian coach?
Asian coach.
Just straight
You
up
know
said
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah.
How did you react to that?
I left. I called my agent and I left, and I ended up going back to the Philippines.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was like the biggest situation I ever been in as far as a coach, like culture-wise. This nigga what? I'm averaging 30. I can't play for you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I get it.
And I called my agent and I'm like, yo, I'm out. And the next, like, it was like 3 days later, maybe, I ended up going back to the Philippines.
Shout out to you for doing that. The people would have stuck around just for a check.
No, fuck
Did they
that.
fine you or try to get money back from you?
I can never play in China again. Even if I was in shape and healthy and all of that shit right now, they told me I can never go back and play in China. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you wanna,
Like,
why
I'm
would you
fine
want to
with
go
that.
back?
Standing on
You know what I'm
principle.
saying? I'm fine with
You're
that.
standing on principle. You got to stand for something.
For sure.
But yeah, that was like the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard from a coach out of playing for 20 years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for sharing that. That's crazy.
But that was the illest shit ever. And I was out. I'm talking about 2 to 3 days, I was out.
Out of there.
And we was in the playoffs during this time too. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't need to be here.
Yeah, not if the coach is, because
Yeah.
if he's talking like that in front of you, I can tell you he's
But
talking crazy
I
behind your
didn't know
back.
what he
100%.
said. Like I said, I had a translator.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what he's saying. And the translator, like, yo,
This is what he said.
And once he said that, I was like, all right, well, I got a trick for this.
Did you finish the practice or you?
No, this was during a game.
Oh, this was during a
This
game.
was during a game.
Wow.
This was during a game.
You finished the game and
Finished
then that
the
was it.
game, and then I was out during the playoffs. I'm out. I don't give a fuck if y'all win or lose.
Man, that's fucked up.
Not saying Tibbs has done any.
No. I'm just
saying
sharing my experience. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
other
bad.
than that, I never had a bad coach. Like,
Uh,
I didn't talk shit to my coaches. My coaches didn't talk shit to me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that's just come with the game. You know what I'm saying? But I have never had. I don't
An
personally
experience like that
I can
before.
remember. I've never had a bad coach that didn't roll the ball out, pause to me and say, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody has their days. You might not like your coach because you got one knucklehead that's fucking up in practice. Now you got to run 17s all day without touching a basketball.
Yeah.
Now everybody is 12 other guys on the team mad because this nut ass nigga doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now we can't practice the way we supposed to. We do it right now at Nazareth. Gary will motherfucking make these kids run because one kid not going hard enough.
Yep. I'm that coach.
You get what
As
I'm
it
saying?
should be.
So, and the kid may think that Gary is just fucking with him.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, nigga, we disciplining you to be a better, not basketball player, but
Teammate.
a player,
Mm-hmm.
a person.
And a better teammate, a better
and a
man.
teammate.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's no one man bigger than the program.
And you have to show that to the kids early too.
And he does
Right.
that. I'm talking about, I just seen Gary stop practice, bro, and made these motherfuckers run for 2 hours, bro, without touching the basketball. But because, I'm the man, I don't gotta go hard. Or I'm the guy that averaged the most on the team, I don't gotta go hard. Nah, nigga, you ain't bigger than the program. We can win without you. Because that's how we build a camaraderie as one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean? And
agree.
it goes back to what you just said. Like, when you can sit Jalen Brunson down and Cat down, we got motherfuckers that can come off the bench and do the same thing and
They
keep us in
pros
the
as
game.
well.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now we might put you back in the game with 5 minutes left in the fourth because we need you.
Mhm.
But yeah, you'll sit the third just because I said so. Not because you tired or anything, you not in foul trouble, but if you giving me attitude, your ass gonna sit.
Now it takes me back to Wemby. Should they have sat Wemby?
He should have
When
been
they were up to
suspended.
29 points.
They should have sat Fox, in my opinion,
You goddamn
a
right.
few
'cause
times throughout
Fox,
that series. Because
Fox
there's no
is
way in the world.
Dylan Harper's way.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
in his way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dylan Harper should have been on that floor.
He needs to start next year.
Yeah, because Fox out of there right now. He's gone.
Now Fox not going.
What they own, like
I don't think he's
42 million
going.
or something
50,
next year?
50 million.
He's got
50 million. Wow.
his new contract goes into play.
Now.
Well, I'll tell you what, his
Harper
ass is
needs
not,
to
his
be a
ass
star.
won't be on that floor.
This is what I'll say. Sticking with that, I think in the next season there will be a 4 small man with Wemby. It will be Fox will be starting. Dylan will be playing a 2. Castle will be playing a 3.
And Champagne
or Vessel or one of those guys. Because Wemby clears up a lot of space.
You go again
for
with
them
the
to
touching.
run run small ball with Wemby anchoring it. So I can see that happening.
So let me ask you, next season, right? Are you gonna have that hat on next season if LeBron become a Spur?
This hat is a Kobe hat, brother. This is a Kobe hat.
Are you gonna have that on
That's a
next
piece of
year
Kobe.
when your man become a Spur?
Listen to me.
Because it's either Golden State or the Spurs.
He's in renegotiation with this team right now, and they may sign him back.
No, they don't want him. He's not going back to LA.
I
think he is.
Listen, he's going back to LA.
Until August.
He's going back to LA. He's going back to LA. He's going back to.
Yeah, he's going to be in Golden State then.
I
not
feel
gonna be a
like
fucking Laker.
Well, that's California, but
yeah.
I feel like since we're talking about the Spurs right now, going into this season, they need to acquire a dominant either shooting power forward, right? And or somebody that will be able to offset the workload that is getting thrown at Wemby.
Sounds like LeBron to me right now.
I just said it.
I'm just
It's not going to work.
The way you said it.
All they need to do is get one year
There's
older.
not a chance in hell LeBron goes to Spurs.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know about all that.
Everything in my bank account.
But this current makeup and for what we've seen in this finals,
I don't see that happening.
and how they have completely collapsed
Maybe
all
Golden
of those
State.
games,
Definitely not the Spurs.
I don't see this
I
working.
think the collapse comes with
I'm thinking
immaturity.
LA, Golden State.
I attribute a lot of it to immaturity.
Cleveland.
Yes.
What was it? 21? 22?
27.
Yeah,
So,
29.
so if you say
only Fox is 20.
it comes with immaturity, then this team that beat the OKC, who was favored to come out the West, but favored to win it, they dominated them. No matter how many games it went to. They dominated them in the regular season. And in the playoffs, it was a little shaky with a lot of the ref stuff.
Yeah.
They got through that. They got past that.
Yeah.
And they were able to overcome that. I just think, for me, they just need to get a year older and to get a year smarter.
Yeah, I think the only transaction, in my opinion, should just be, like he said, Fox is in the way of Harper. Harper, Wemby is the future of that team. And Castle, there's no reason that they need there. And I don't want to totally shit on him.
Yeah, we
He had a bad finals, but he also had a very good season.
He did.
He made a lot of costly turnovers.
I understand. He did a lot of things bad. Shot the ball bad, made bad decisions. The layup that Ben talked about earlier should have not even been.
The pass into the
Let
back.
me tell you this right now. And I hear what you guys are saying. I hear what you're saying. And it's a little dog polish, but it's cool because he deserved it. But he don't deserve it more than the errors that Wemby made.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get off Fox and let's stick with all the errors and missed free throws and bad passes and
9 3-point attempts and missing.
Let's stick with that. What does Wemby have to do to establish itself as? Because right now you can see he's going off straight, being 7'4", 5", whatever he is, with a decent jump shot. But the strength is not there. His footwork is not there.
His body frame doesn't allow it.
He's literally going off talent, no real skill. Like he don't have a spot on the floor where you're like, he could get a bucket.
Well, with that being said, I think he should just focus on being a better teammate and having confidence in his
supporting cast.
In his teammates.
That's a good way to look at it.
Because, yes, we know you can get yours. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it showed that, like, you didn't have enough confidence in your teammates. You tried to carry the load on your own, be the hero, and shit like that. When you have a kid like Vessel, a kid like Champagne, a kid like Harper, and even Fox. Because don't get it fucked up. He can get a bucket.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I just feel like he needs, or whoever's around him needs to focus on, let alone, like you said, getting him stronger and shit like that. but having the confidence in his supporting cast to make them a champion later on. You know what I'm saying?
I asked this question: how much this is falls on the coach? Because there were some things that the coach could have changed as well.
Inexperience.
In his schemes.
Inexperience.
But when you have to go back, like you just asked me, if, for example, at LaSalle Academy, Bill Abra, great basketball coach, but when you tell me, get a ball to Lenny, you can't miss all day, shoot the fucking basketball, it takes confidence away from other guys because we know the ball got to go through him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At 7'4", you know you can make plays, make a winning play.
Right.
And he don't make winning plays.
To that point, I'm glad that we're there. He needs to either go sit with Tim Duncan, which is very close to that organization. We all know that.
David Robinson.
And or somebody like a Kmart.
Exactly. I
Have
agree.
those conversations and put some work in over the summer.
Fuck Kmart gonna teach him.
Listen, man.
Just great. Teach him.
It's a question.
Wait a minute.
Kmart,
Wait a minute.
I'm asking you a question. What is Kmart gonna teach him?
Just give him that grit. Like, I think because it's a mentality. Also, I think with him, we already know the skill set is there.
I think he's elbowing niggas. I think he got a little bit grit in him.
That's just cheap shot in dirty basketball.
He's also pushing motherfuckers to the floor.
Out of frustration.
He
also looked down.
How do you play through that? You gotta learn how to play through that without motherfuckers
his leg out.
Right.
He stuck his leg out when Brunson took the shot.
Out of frustration. Not to say that it's right, but it is what it is, and that all goes back to what we spoke of earlier, which is
you know how to do the sneaky shit without motherfuckers catching it.
Right.
You're doing this shit blatantly.
But it's also inexperience in the coach because I think you just added the question. It's inexperience because there's no way that you don't call timeouts when you see that you or the opposing team is cutting into your lead on these runs and taking you completely out of the game. There's no way that you hold true to the current scheme that you have that got you the lead, and now you down, you know what I'm saying? They on a 15, 16-point run, and you can't make a basket. Timeout. We have to make something happen here.
Cool. Am I wrong by saying there's too much onus on the Spurs losing instead of the Knicks taking that shit?
Absolutely. And that's why I like, number one, Ben's take about Wemby. But I don't think there was enough credit given. I think Perk also talked about it going into the playoffs. Everybody was writing the East off. Mind you, the East have been the last 3 championships in the last 5 years. So this narrative about the East being weaker than the West, what people don't get is the game changes in the playoffs. And in my opinion, playoff basketball typically lends itself to more strength to East playing teams. The way that East style is more physical, is bigger guards. The game is played a little slower. And that's actually better in the playoffs and in finals.
And
so when you go by the regular season, which typically the West dominates throughout the regular season, that's a different brand of basketball.
And there's no load management in the playoffs.
Right. That part too. So at the end of the day, you're right. Like, I think people are not giving the Knicks enough credit for the run. And then like you talked about earlier, the fact that we roped off
13
in a row games. We didn't lose a game for 43 days with 2 sweeps. And people forget the Spurs didn't win a home game.
At all.
And the one game that they won in the Garden, what we lost by 1 or 2?
You know close game. It was a close game.
Yeah, so
I believe it was 2.
Yeah, I just think I think it's going to take people some time to back away from this to see. But that was, in my opinion, one of the most impressive historic runs the NBA has ever seen.
Like I said on camera last episode, and I was called crazy for it, it holds true. The resilience that the Knicks gave to the point that you're making off of your question was exactly that.
Yeah,
for all of those
called
reasons.
You crazy,
He
right?
called me crazy on camera.
Yeah, he's still crazy.
All right, it's cool. But being a non-Knicks fan, I said what I saw. And it's true.
I'm going to go back to Brunson, though, bro.
Thank you.
Because, this guy won every award this year besides the league's MVP.
Yeah. Correct. An all-star game
the
MVP.
Cup MVP,
Still don't make him the best Knick. But
Skills challenge.
Skills challenge. He
Eastern
got
Conference.
7
I don't
trophies
give a
this
shit.
year. He got 7, bro.
Kudos to
Out of
him.
the 10 that's accounted for. Like we're not talking, we know he's not a rookie. He's not gonna get rookie of the year, defensive player of the year. But all the big time awards he got this year, bro.
You are correct.
And he could have been clutch player of the year again. He's arguably still that guy.
Still not the best Knick.
I mean, that's just
I think that remains to be seen.
That's just your opinion.
And no, you're right. Like it was yours when you said that he's the best Knick.
He is.
Okay.
Are we talking about longevity or are we just talking about...
Can't be in 4 years, champ. No way.
Because that's what his father said. He said Pat played 17 years.
I don't
Been there 4 years.
I'm saying what he said.
Yes, you got a
If he
ring and
played
everything that you
30
just spoke
years.
of.
He bought the ring,
You
right?
can't discredit the contributions of those that came before him.
I don't
that
think it
played longer
discredits
than him.
them, though.
I don't
Only
see it.
person that I can say, and like I said in my post, and Val said this to me, was Frazier did it 70 and 70, 73,
70, 71, and
71
72,
and
73.
Yeah. So, but like I said in my post, you can't speak that to me because I wasn't even thought of in fucking 73.
But we
You
play
go-
this game, so
No, I didn't play the game back then.
No, I'm not saying that. But does that now, because you didn't play, does that qualify you not to be an historian?
No, it doesn't. But it goes off of, like, for example, when I did my Mount Rushmore, they asked me on a podcast, what's my Mount Rushmore of Brooklyn? And I left out Big Daddy Kane. I'm not in the era of Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah. Can only go by his
I
perspective.
can only go about what I know from the time I was born to present day.
Okay.
That's why when I
You
make
get what I'm
lists, I
saying?
never
So
talk
I
about
can't-
Wilt Chamberlain.
I don't know that. Yes, I've seen footage, but I didn't witness it.
Okay.
You
And
get
the
what
game
I'm
was,
saying?
That's fair.
and the game was different too.
That part.
So I mean, I can agree with, like, all right, like we said, the Frazier and the Brunson. All right, he did it back to back and got back to back MVPs of it. But I didn't. I don't know that. I didn't see the 100 points from Wilt Chamberlain.
So is it safe to
I didn't
say?
see the footage of that.
I don't think anybody.
So is it safe to say, and this is a blanket statement, but moving forward, when we have questions that come up and we're lending our opinions about players that are currently playing and or the previous generation, that the point of view that will be given is premised off of your visual experience?
To me, yes.
Okay.
To me.
There you go.
Yeah, because I feel like anything else is disingenuous.
No,
because a lot of people
That's a blanket disclaimer. No
A
problem.
lot of people will make claims of Willis Reed and Frazier,
Yeah,
George Mikan and all of that.
Shout out to Bernard
don't know.
King.
Yeah, Bernard
I
King.
did
and
not see any of that.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
started watching the Knicks with Patrick Ewing era. So I'm only going from Patrick Ewing era.
And don't get me
to
wrong,
today.
I wasn't even a fan back then, but I watched it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan back then. Like I said, I became a Knicks fan when my peers started playing. Joakim Noah, J.R. Smith, Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire. That's when I became a Knicks fan. You get what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't Patrick Ewing. It wasn't the Linsanity. It wasn't, you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It wasn't that time for me. Yeah, I was going to the games and shit, but I wasn't a fan.
Mhm. I
You
got
get what I'm saying?
So
I
you-
watched the Three Wells. I watched, but I wasn't a fan of the Knicks at that point in time. You
I
get what
got
I'm
it.
saying?
So you brought up Clyde Frazier. I guess they went back to back.
No.
No,
They-
not
oh,
back
they
to back.
missed-
They missed a year.
It was
They missed
1 year.
71 and 73, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
71 and 73. So
Yeah.
he got 2 rings. So he has claim to being the best Knick,
Yes,
if we're
yes.
going to go by that standard.
Yeah.
The Knicks right now have an opportunity to go back to back.
They got
Now-
them, right now they got them 4.
They won, they're defending champs.
Yeah.
So I want to just stick with that. What I really wanted to bring up was there is a clause that's coming up. It's called the
Apron clause.
apron
Apron,
clause.
yeah.
Mhm.
And right now, they're already past the first threshold.
Yeah.
It's 2 thresholds. They passed the first one. They're $13 million under the second one. And Dolan came out and said that he's not going into the second.
Second.
He's
Yeah.
not doing it.
I just saw a report. Kat and Josh Hart came out publicly and said they would take pay cuts to keep
Cuts.
the team together.
Yep.
All right, cool. That's good.
And
Um,
OG just signed.
Yeah.
Right.
His
right.
big
So that's
deal.
off.
So
Right.
what I read was if everything goes to how Dolan said he's not going to do that. Before me hearing what you just said now about Cat taking a pay cut, there would have been 2 players, 2 unrestricted free agents that they would lose because of the clause, which is Mitchell Robinson and Landry Shamet. Are those 2 big pieces? Now, we know they did a great job in the finals. Shamet put on a master class. At one point,
what he did in the
was
cup.
shooting 70% from three for a minute. I don't know how long it was, but it was for a minute. If the Knicks lose those 2 players, this is hypothetical. They miss those. They lose those 2 players. How does the Knicks look next year?
I think that the Knicks should definitely keep Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah,
for sure.
But he's an unrestricted free agent. You can't.
And he's highly sought after because everybody wants
he
to
has been since last year, right?
Depends on what they get in the draft this year.
Well, I don't know what we're getting because we gave up all
the picks. So
I don't know.
Well, listen. After hearing what you said about Cat and Hart saying they take pay cuts, they probably had an internal conversation where they might have told Mitch and Shamet, listen, take a little bit less for a year or 2 and see if we can run it back.
That's why the hypothetical is that you don't get them. Because, people say, I'll take a pay cut, and not everybody's Brunson. Not everybody's going to hold up to their word. If they do lose Mitchell Robinson and Shamet.
I feel like
I still believe, don't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
I still believe they make a run to the Eastern Conference Final at the least.
Yeah, because our core. As long as you keep the core, Bridges, OG, Brunson, obviously, Cat, you keep that core, I think we can put good pieces around
it.
Robinson gave a lot.
Of course,
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
he gave his shit.
To your question,
but you got to remember
I think
too, though,
that
Will,
would be the one that would be the one piece if it is taken off the board that you have to really strategically put in.
But Will, you got to keep in mind too, and I think a lot of people forget this. He didn't play any back-to-backs this past season. He only played half the season.
Yeah.
No, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, he only played half the season this year. So as much as I love Mitchell Robinson and I think we need him, we got to really keep it and put it in perspective.
No, that's a
he only played half the season for us.
That's fair. I was unaware of that.
Yeah. Do we still beat Boston if Giannis go to Boston?
If Giannis goes to Boston, is JB going?
He would have to.
JB got to go.
Yeah.
So
I think we beat him.
We'll beat him. I think so.
We beat him.
And then who else is the threat?
I think
Orlando?
I wouldn't say that you beat him outright.
No, not outright.
No.
I think we beat him.
I'm not saying like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying
I think we
if
beat
it
him.
came down to the Knicks and Boston in the Eastern
I
Conference.
like the Knicks.
Yeah.
From the way that they're currently constructed, I like it.
Yeah.
What about the Bulls? How we feel they're going to do it?
We can move on. What's the next topic?
No. I want to hear
the Bulls is the next topic.
I want to hear his perspective. Come on, Chicago.
Y'all gonna be y'all gonna be fine in the next 53 years.
Right. Let's go, Chicago. What happened?
You know what I'm saying?
Let me check my notes. Yeah, Bulls.
Yes.
Bulls is the topic.
Yeah.
I like Diago Splitter. Is his name?
Tiago Splitter.
I like him.
Yeah.
I do like him as a coach.
Sure.
So I'm curious to see what pieces we're able to pick up in the draft because I think that we're number 4 this year.
4. Yeah.
So I want to see what that
Thank
looks
God
like.
for y'all.
Yeah.
They need a guard?
For real. No.
They need everything.
We need a point guard. I need a legitimate point guard.
If they get a
No, because we talking about a
they
point
go
guard.
if they go get what's my young boy from Arkansas?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going with
If
it.
you go get
Kingsley
if y'all can get him or because
Acuff.
Acuff. Because AJ and Peterson is gonna be 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They had Acuff 7. I don't think he's
he'll
gonna
go that far?
I don't think he's gonna go that
I don't think
far.
he's
That's
gonna
why I
go far.
said if the Bulls can pick him up,
See?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
got some shit.
I think that we at least will be in playoff contention
no, for sure.
Yeah.
if that pickup is made.
Because I'm
For
speaking
sure.
in jest,
And
but
I
y'all
like the
actually
coach.
were okay this year.
Yeah, and I like the coach.
Yeah.
But come on, Bulls, man. I'm
right,
tired of
let's move
this
on
shit.
from the
Yeah, I
Bulls.
was
Now,
gonna
you
say,
know,
I really wanted to say
That's
because in the notes it said 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was too long.
It would. Wow. All right,
And that
let's
was
move on.
the intro was 15 of it.
Let's do it. Let's move
It
on.
would not really.
It's all right.
Because
I got you.
At least I want to talk about some teams that were in contention already. So like OKC, the media, the fans kind of got to the refs to show, hey, there's a lot of flopping going on. There's a lot of foul baiting going on. It was egregious. We all seen it. how do we see them moving forward? Because they got picks. You know, it looked like Chet got kind of he clocked out that series.
Only
I
when he
believe
plays
OKC,
against Wemby, though.
OKC is
They got
always
first
going to be
round?
in the running
How
for the
high up
next
on their
couple of
first
years.
round?
I'm not sure the
just as
number
well
in the
as
first
Spurs.
round, but I know they got
they
a
might
number.
want that kid from Michigan.
100%.
I still see them being
They're still
right
the
in the
number
mix,
one.
man.
No, they're gonna
Western Conference
always
Yeah, I
be
see
there,
them
bro.
being
They're
in the
gonna
mix.
always be
They're
there.
likely going to lose Lou Dort too. By the way, who was big. For
really.
them. Yeah, he's going to get a bag.
Yeah,
And
they
I don't
also
think they
didn't-
can pay him.
I didn't look into their apron stuff. I don't know because I know a lot of stuff had to do with drafting, so they may not even be dealing with any of the restrictions.
Financial stuff.
But that's a team to still look out for.
No, they're gonna always be up there for the next 4 years.
We got Detroit, who had a lackluster playoffs. You know,
Detroit needs another bucket getter. They need
Another
somebody
bucket
else that
getter.
can
I
rely
agree.
to get buckets.
I agree.
the only team in the playoffs to beat you guys twice is Atlanta, and you guys were talking about Giannis going to Miami. From what I read,
Boston.
that what I read is it will be a three-way trade where Jalen Brown goes to Atlanta. Now, how does that make Atlanta look if Jalen Brown goes there?
Who's their current point guard?
Jalen Brown's not a point guard.
No, I'm asking
no,
who's their
no.
current point guard.
Oh, their current point guard is.
Is it Shea's cousin?
No, he's the three. He's the three.
Right?
He's the three. Their current point of attack is Davion Mitchell or something like that. I think that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the guy that really runs the offense is the dude that I rock with, Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
And he's a fucking stud.
I don't really. I'd have to see it.
How y'all
I
feel
can't lend my
about
opinion on
They're the
it.
only team that beat the Knicks twice in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd have to see it though.
How you feel about the young kid? What's his name from Washington? He don't want to be there no more.
Trey
Trey.
Young.
Yeah, Trey recently said
He don't want to be there.
he don't want to
I
be
thought
there.
he was.
So me personally, I just believe that he don't want to be there because if they got the number one pick and AJ go there, the attention is not on him no more.
So you think it's more on the personal side?
I have a feeling they're going to do Peterson though from Kansas, but that's another.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Either way,
AJ already said he don't want to go to
he
Washington.
wants to go to Utah.
So you think that he's going to be fighting for his position?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's something that I read. I didn't dig too deep into that to find out what's the reason. What's the reason why,
Yeah.
or what's his potential landing locations?
I don't know. I think Chips. With the next coming episodes, that's probably going to be a better to talk
Yeah.
after the draft. Free
draft.
agency.
After the
Yeah.
draft, yeah.
Right now, it's unclear.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Like,
I'm trying to
if
run
we're
through a
looking at
bunch of
state
different
affairs
teams.
now, it's going to be tough to.
Now I'm just running through a bunch of different playoff teams that were in contention. What's another?
But this is going to be don't mean to cut you
No, you're
off,
good.
Chips. This is going to be a good ass draft class.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the best in a long time.
No, in a long time.
And,
Yeah.
and once the picks are made, then you'll see a lot of movement with trades.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Teams.
And then we got to
getting
see what
they
happens in
need.
free agency.
Mm-hmm.
What happens with LeBron? So we'll see.
Yeah, there's a
Reeves.
Reeves.
yeah.
I'm hearing rumors that
They-
the Nets already threw an offer out or something.
Mm-hmm. So there's
He's not
going to be a
leaving
lot of
that.
movement. It looks like
Yeah.
in the off season for the
NBA.
because you know the NBA they battle with the NFL during the off season, and they always try to overtake the media with these big blockbuster trades or signings. So
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
me too.
And now
Coming
that
to
you
the
brought
off
up the
season.
NFL with that, though, we're going to make this 20 seconds. You know, we big NBA guys.
Mm-hmm.
Leave fucking Thanksgiving alone. Let Thanksgiving be football and football
I
only.
agree.
That was
And
weird last year.
NFL leave
Yeah.
Christmas
And
alone,
leave
Correct.
Christmas alone.
but
Marcus,
that's
we got you.
it's too much money. There's
But
too much
yeah,
money
like
in
that
there.
Shit, don't, like, y'all, stop. Stop trying to put these holiday games together for football and
That was
basketball.
confusing as
That-
shit last year.
There's
Yeah, it
not
was.
enough time in the day for all of
Right,
that
right.
shit. You
You
know
got
what I'm saying?
TV. You got the computer going with one
Yeah,
game,
yeah, yeah.
TV
You
one
gotta
game.
know how to feel.
Watch
You
this
gotta
shit on
put
your
a TV in
phone.
the kitchen. You gotta put a TV on in the living room. You gotta go to the bedroom to watch the other game. Leave the holiday sports alone for what it's worth, bro. Like Christmas is basketball.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is football.
Facts.
Let that
Period.
shit stay like that.
I agree.
All right, and I'm happy you brought up like holidays, because right now I said it at the top. Happy Juneteenth to my Black kings and queens out there. I want to pass it to Cole, because I was coming into here and I ran into a parade in Harlem
on Lenox Avenue.
On Lenox Avenue. They're celebrating Juneteenth. Give me your understanding of Juneteenth.
So for people that don't know, and something that you said for my Black brothers and sisters, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but I think it's bigger than that.
Okay.
1863 was the Emancipation Proclamation that was enacted by Lincoln at the time, President Lincoln.
Yes.
And at the time, in Texas, specifically Galveston, Texas, there was 250,000 enslaved citizens in Texas that were unaware that they were free. So they sent the general out there, told them, and that's inevitably in 1865, which became the true emancipation of people. Now, the reason why I say it's bigger than just for Blacks is because if you Pledge of Allegiance, the Pledge of Allegiance speaks to civil liberties. Mm-hmm. So you can't have total civil liberties if 250,000 people still didn't have their freedom. So inevitably, what the true emancipation in Juneteenth created was true liberties for everybody.
For everyone.
So you couldn't pledge of civil liberties within that allegiance and be true to that if there were still people that were being disenfranchised and still didn't have their liberties. So Juneteenth is not only important for people of color, but I think it's a benchmark for the historical premise of America.
Yes,
our buildup of this country could not be without Juneteenth.
100%.
100%.
Now, do you attribute that void that was had? Because I believe it was actually signed on the 1st, and it was about 15 to 18 days later to where it actually came into effect. Was that more so speaking to your point of us not being able to pledge the allegiance and then still not having these 250,000 people even aware that they were free? Do you think that lent a big part of that void in time?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think we were truly, what we stood for, when we pledge of allegiance, I think that allegiance was fake up until that point.
Y'all some highly intelligent motherfuckers.
Oh, we got to educate our viewers, bro.
But
Yeah.
no. So let me ask you this. Why don't we, I don't know. I ain't been in school in a long time. But I know when I was in school, we had to stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
Yep.
Why we don't do that anymore?
I don't know. I can't really.
I'll give you just my point of view, and it's very short. It became political.
Okay.
That short and sweet. It was political, and once people got a greater understanding of what it was, you don't have to. So you were made to as a young person, but you don't have to. You still honoring whether you stand up and put your hand on your heart. Yeah. You can still honor them without it. You can honor them by taking a knee.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kaepernick. You can do it any way you can.
Right.
There's no disrespect, but they try to instill that into you at an early age. That's what's being a patriot.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff while they're still shunning you at the back door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the misconception to your point, Chips, is people think because you might pledge your allegiance a different way, so then you're not American or you're un-American. So the example or unpatriotic, right? Mm-hmm. So even like Kaepernick
kneeling,
going on a knee, I said that's the most patriotic thing you could do. Yeah. And I was always, not to get into the whole Kaepernick thing, but so to your point, you can't challenge and tell somebody how they are a patriot and how they pledge their allegiance. You know what I mean? And to answer your question, because he brought it to the forefront and he gave me I think that's why, because it became so it became so expanded in terms of its perception that, all right, you can't tell me that I need to stand up.
So like I coach in a Catholic school, right? So I asked Gary, I say, yo, if I kneel right now while we lining up the motherfucking, we got to line up and they got to do the order. What the fuck is it called? Like they speak and say the rules before we shake hands with the other team and shit.
The officials.
Yeah. I say, yo, if I kneel right now, you gonna fire me? He's like, man, you better stand your ass up.
He got say, go in the tunnel and do that shit. Don't do it out here.
I said, yo, I think we was at like Cardinal Hayes or somewhere. I said, yo, bro, if I kneel right now, you gonna tell me I'm not on the staff no more?
He probably gonna ask you what you're protesting. But
it's my belief.
This
is what I'm rocking with.
Yeah.
I get
That's
that.
another.
But
That's another
like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, happy Juneteenth,
Happy
though.
Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
We got to close out with something for the guys real quick.
For sure.
So something that I'll start off with. What does it mean to be a father?
Oh, man.
And I'll just give a quick answer, in my opinion. What it means to be a father is to embody manhood, not only to your kids, but into your community.
Man, being a father is everything to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still learning how to be a father, and I got a lot of children. You get what I'm saying? But
God willing, God bless.
To me, being a father is dope because I've always had my father in my life. And he taught me, and still continues to teach me how to be a man every day. You get what I'm saying? Whether I'm right or wrong, I stand on principles when it comes to being a father. You know what I mean?
Love that.
And that comes with generations though. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom's dad was a dope ass dude. His dad was a dope ass dude. You know what I'm saying? My father, he didn't have his father, but my father was in the streets. He's teaching us continuously how to be a father, how to be a grandfather, how to be, you know what I mean? Just a man in general, you know what I mean? And I embody that. And I take that on every day, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think without my children, I wouldn't be the man that I am today.
Shout out to that.
Shout out to that.
For me, first and foremost, shout out to my grandfather who hasn't been here since 98, 99. Shout out to my father. I know you're not going to watch this because you barely know how to use the phone, but that's neither here nor there. I was in a dark place for a long time prior to becoming a father, and I became a father late. I actually hated Father's Day for the better part of 20 years. But I will say, when I learned that my daughter was conceived and I was finally going to become a father, just the thought of what I was stepping into officially, despite me being a stepfather my entire adult life, she has provided me a level of equanimity that I cannot attribute to anything else in life. And because of that, it allows me to overcome a lot of hardships that we deal with day to day, and, you know what I'm saying, disloyalty from people and all of the expectations that you may pose on others or whatever have you, whether it's a friendship or a relationship or whatever have you. And again, dealing with all of that on a day to day and the things that we carry as men on our shoulders that a lot of people don't even know about. I have to take a moment in every day to think about what she is to me, what she's done for me, and my responsibility. And it reels me back. It keeps me from crashing out.
Keeps you grounded.
You get what I'm saying? So thank my daughter, Ava, for coming into my life, making me a father, choosing me, and making me better.
Shout out to
I
that.
respect that. I'm not a father, but I could tell you
So shut the fuck up.
what it could be to be a son, to be a son to my father, who was a great man. And there's a few things that he taught me, very short, and I'll pass it to Ben. He taught me how to be accountable, and he taught me how to be a protector and a provider.
Love that.
And he told me, if you do those things,
Yeah.
you do those things and you do those things to your best ability, not only would you be a great man, but you'll be a great partner.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I learned from
Rest
my
in
father.
peace.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, rest in
Rest in
peace.
peace.
Rest in peace. Father's Day to me means I need more cigars. No.
You're
But
not wrong.
I do, but I want to say this. Everything they said, but I want to say this. It puts pressure on you. We don't have time to fold. We don't have time
100%.
to break.
100%.
We do more than we probably thought we had to, but we do it because we have them in mind, whether it's work, whether it's financially, whether it's mentally. And we do have to have a mental day pod for the guys so we can discuss it, but that'll be later on. But I want to say that I hate being a father, and I'll tell you why.
This is different.
Not because I hate it. I hate it because every day I have to look in the mirror and say, what are you doing today for them? And it's hard as it is and as painful as it is sometimes, I love it. That's what I want to say, because we all could be totally different. And if we didn't have kids sometimes, we would be a totally different type of men. But having my children has taught me that I have to be accountable, respectful, and I have to always think back that whatever I do now, they can always go back and check you on it. So Father's Day to me means spending time with my kids, showing them what I've learned so that they can be better than I am and that I have been.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact. Happy Father's Day to
Happy
everybody
Father's
out
Day to
there,
everybody
man.
out
Happy
there.
Father's Day to
Hold on,
everybody that's out there.
Let me get my glass right so we could toast this out right. Lavelle,
Yeah, help a brother out
Love
over
you,
here
bro.
too.
Val,
happy Father's
I
Day.
love the orange, by the way. Thank you. That's good.
Just a tidbit.
And once again, to my guys, man.
Happy Father's
Day.
Happy
Happy
Father's
Father's
Day.
Day.
Happy Father's
And that's
Day.
a wrap.
Happy
That's
Father's Day.
episode.